What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and I'm so excited to finally share with you guys that I played Black Ops 6 early. A couple of days ago, I was flown out to Treyarch Studios over in LA to check out an inside scoop of the Black Ops 6 reveal that is currently happening right now at the Xbox Showcase. I'm currently live streaming as this video goes up, but in this video, I'm going to go through some key points of information that you guys will be most excited about for launch. These are things that you need to know, and I'll of course be making separate individual videos over the next few days about each topic in depth, as I would typically do. But with all that in mind, it has been a busy couple of days prepping all this information for videos, shorts, and also plenty of coverage over on Detonated. Got plenty of new articles going up on the website, and of course plenty of tweets over on Detonated's Twitter. So jumping right into things, it's the first time I've genuinely felt like it was going to be a tough few months waiting for the new title. People do say this every year, I'm fully aware of that, but genuinely, this game is a breath of fresh air in a number of different ways, and it combines so much content that people have been loving over the last couple of Black Ops experiences. They're even introducing a new omnidirectional movement system that certainly worked as advertised and is going to be depicted quite well in today's Xbox Showcase. Now, it was honestly a phenomenal time networking with other like-minded and passionate creators. It was great talking to different developers from Treyarch and even Raven, because they're really excited about this game, and what they revealed to us really blew my mind. I think it's certainly going to be a Call of Duty to remember, and will bring in levels of hype that we really haven't seen in a while. But I'm for sure going to get comments calling me a shill. I've been called the Black Ops shill at least since Cold War. I honestly don't mind it. I do not care. But drop as many questions as you guys would like down below in the video's comments, and I will answer those in the best of my ability. But first off, as you're seeing some footage of, the Treyarch studio is sick. I mean, this is a crazy childhood dream come true. Just seeing the studio itself in person honestly just beats any type of image you could find on the Treyarch website. I mean, looking at all the amazing work Treyarch has accomplished over the years, taking a look at all the Black Ops memories, I mean, everything looks gorgeous. Now, I probably can't talk about this just yet, but I know deeper into the studio, there's even more that I wish I was able to get pictures or videos of, but we weren't allowed to. We were just able to film in the lobby of the studio, but I'm sure Treyarch will end up revealing what they actually have deeper in the studio at some point in a social media post or something. But it wouldn't be a COD event without some badass merch. They gave me this t-shirt, and there's a Cerberus logo on the back of it. Also got this badass beanie, as you guys could see. It has Treyarch's logo on it, the Black Ops 6 Cerberus one. It was seriously a memorable experience. I mean, my childhood dreams have certainly come true, and like I've said over the last couple of years and in several podcasts of Bombshell, look, every studio that works on Call of Duty has accomplished wonders, right? Gotta give credit where credit is due, but there's something about Treyarch. I mean, I just have a special place in my heart for their studio. I've always been the biggest fan of Black Ops above any other sub-series, but let's jump into some key points that I think you guys really need to know about. Number one, carry forward. They confirmed in a Q&A session in the Treyarch Theater Room that no, there will not be any type of content carried forward from Modern Warfare 3 to Black Ops 6. This is an obvious one, but figured I'd clarify this just in case. It was confirmed, however, that your content from Modern Warfare 2 and 3 will work within Warzone even when Black Ops integrates with Warzone during Season 1. That's kind of how Warzone 1 worked anyway, but it just wouldn't make sense to see any type of 2020 content featured in a 90s era Call of Duty, right? Hopefully that makes perfect sense. But there was also a question asked during the Q&A about 911. I'm not going to say what I'm actually referring to because I might get demonetized here. You guys probably get what I'm referring to, but yeah, that controversial event from September of 01, that's not going to be in the Black Ops 6 campaign. The campaign only covers 1991, doesn't even go to the 2000s, right? It was pure coincidence that there were numbers in various pieces of concept art that showed, you know, 9 and then 2 ones, or the year 2001. Nothing to do with what actually will be depicted in the campaign. Treyarch was frustrated that people out there were talking about this on social media, and there were even folks that wanted to see this for whatever reason. I know No Russian was in MW209, but that was a fictional event, whereas the other one isn't. You guys probably know what I'm getting at, but no, we're not going to be seeing that in Black Ops 6, nor does Treyarch or any studio have any interest in ever doing that. That's far too sensitive. I can't even imagine the legal issues with that as well. Now, as you guys probably saw rumors of a couple days ago, I'm not sure how some info started slipping out. Who actually knows, but theater mode is returning, right? We've seen theater mode in every Treyarch title except for what, World at War. I mean, I'd say the best version of theater was probably in Black Ops 2, but it still worked mostly as intended in games like BO4 and Cold War, despite some stability issues. It's coming back better than ever in Black Ops 6. I mean, they've had several years to work on this game. Cannot wait to go ahead and, you know, zoom out and check out other perspectives, see some cross-map clips, you know, verify how I died or how someone else did. It'll be great for thumbnails as well. I'm sure content creators are very excited about theater mode returning, but I did ask about the Platinum Trophy issue for the current COD HQ launcher. Again, COD HQ is the launcher for all new and current Call of Duty titles. Starting with MW2, every COD that releases will be added to this COD HQ launcher, but for whatever reason, on certain platforms, a new Call of Duty is referred to as DLC for COD HQ. Because of this issue, I know it's on Sony's end, as they confirmed to us at this Q&A, for whatever reason, there couldn't be a Platinum Trophy added for a game like MW3 since it was DLC for COD HQ. The same deal is likely to happen with Black Ops 6. Not up to Treyarch at all. If anything, they would love to add in more achievements, especially when it comes to like zombie maps that release, because they're added in seasonally now and they aren't map packs that you download. There also aren't any zombie achievements post-launch. It's unfortunate, but hopefully Sony gets to the bottom of whether or not a Platinum Trophy will work on PS5. For whatever reason, I know it works on PS4 for MW3, but not sure what's going on there with Black Ops 6. But real quickly, it was mentioned during the Q&A that when it comes to the COD HQ launcher, they're going to be making it look as pretty as possible with the Black Ops 6 integration. That probably means they're just going to clean up the UI and collapse some of the Modern Warfare content, just making it a more accessible experience overall with a cleaner interface. Now, I also wanted to add a little comment about this one actor in particular that actually posted on Facebook several months ago. He mentioned that he was playing a character named Ratcliffe in an upcoming Call of Duty. I think that post has since been deleted, but what do you know? There is a character actually named Ratcliffe inside of Black Ops 6, and we got to see an image of this character when they were previewing some elements of the campaign. So I guess that answers the question as to what this actor was actually filming for. But they also announced during the presentation the definitive canon to Black Ops 2. They showed us the complete timeline of Black Ops. You know, we're starting at World at War, to BO1, to Cold War, to then the past missions in the 80s from Black Ops 2, then Black Ops 6, followed by Black Ops 4 and 3. If you're talking about the story, right, the narrative. I know BO4 is the odd prequel to BO3 in terms of the specialist stories, but they confirmed the definitive canon of BO2 is where Alex Mason dies. There's obviously lots of potential with what they could do with those 30 years Mason was missing. That's what I've been thinking for a while now, right? In one of the endings, the perfect one, he lives, and David gets to meet him in the future, but unfortunately, as it got confirmed to me, Raven looked at all the possible branching narratives and where they can go with the story and decided that the one where Mason dies in BO2 is the one that they're going to be going with, which means we have crazier stakes in Black Ops 6's campaign, right? Woods is all alone. He's crippled after the events that took place with Menendez. Both Hudson and Mason, his trusted allies, are dead. That is confirmed canon, and that's it. Now, we got to see gameplay of several different campaign missions from Black Ops 6 during the presentation. One had to deal with breaking Adler out of this little jail block or something, and it was underneath this crazy building where Bill Clinton is giving a speech as he's running for president. It's a crazy looking mission. We get to see some intense action-packed gameplay, which I'm sure is going to get shown a bit today in the Xbox showcase. Get to see the omnidirectional movement, some of the different equipment being used, special enemies you have to face off, this crazy scene where you're on a motorcycle driving out of the building. Adler is as badass as ever, and the new villain, or the villainous group, the Pantheon, is just as crazy as Perseus was from Black Ops Cold War. We're also going to see a mission with Helen Park kind of leading the way in Iraq. So yeah, she's back from Cold War, but isn't exactly a main character. Got to see what looked like a Batman Arkham-style batarang being thrown in the form of a throwing knife. You get to throw the knife, and you get this crazy shot and perspective of the knife itself as it lands on an enemy and explodes. Got to see some crazy different gameplay. I mean, the campaign looks gorgeous, and yes, it honestly feels like a perfect blend of Cold War and Modern Warfare. You get that crazy, great-looking realism, but with what you know from Treyarch, which is those colorful, vibrant type environments, and just what you would expect in a Black Ops game. But if you're wondering how this game stands out from Modern Warfare, since that new franchise also uses the same engine that Black Ops 6 does, the answer really is the omnidirectional movement. This is how Black Ops really stands out compared to Modern Warfare, despite the unified engine. I'm really not kidding. You guys need to see the omnidirectional movement in action, because once you see it, you're like, wow, we've never had this in COD before, and you just wouldn't be able to see yourself playing a COD without it going forward. But yep, you guys saw the news. Classic Prestige is back. This also leaked out somehow a couple of days ago, but on day one, literally day one, you will have 55 levels to grind through with things that you unlock along the way, as you see in any COD. Then once you hit Prestige 1, you can choose to Prestige. You don't have to. And then every time you Prestige, you'll have different content that gets locked on you, probably just the items that you get from levels 1 to 55. It will not reset your camo progress, but then once you complete all 10 Prestiges, whenever you want to do that, there is a Prestige Master Grind. grind, right? There will be the ability to get to level 1000 day one. So this is a very cool way to bring back classic prestige. It's kind of a blend between Black Ops 4 and Cold War's prestige a little bit, but they did confirm during the presentation there will not be any type of inclusion of seasonal level caps. Whether they add in more levels each season, that's unknown, but there will be rewards that are exclusive and very valuable as you hit certain prestige milestones, and certainly some pretty crazy redacted rewards that we don't really know much about once you hit level 1000. But when it comes to multiplayer maps, it was great to hear that day one, we're going to be seeing 16 multiplayer maps for Black Ops 6. I know Cold War only launched with 8. Obviously, it's a pandemic-made game, but they turned everything around for MP by like season 1 of that game. They added so many maps to 6v6, to Face Off, even Fireteam. I hope Fireteam comes back, by the way, but Black Ops 6 Day 1 has 12 original 6v6 maps, no remakes. There's also 4 strike maps, which will support 2v2 gunfight and 6v6 face-off. Pretty crazy to know. We're getting 16 maps on day 1, and technically all of them support 6v6, but 4 of them are just built more for faster paced shipment Nuketown-like gameplay. Speaking of Nuketown, it was cool to see that on the map list that they provided for us, one of the maps was redacted, but you can clearly see what appeared to be a new version of Nuketown. They kind of got swept over by like a sandstorm, some big sand dune. It looked like a new version of Nuketown. It's unclear when that's coming out, but shall I remind you, Cold War's Nuketown came out during pre-season before the first season of content. Maybe that's when Nuketown's coming out this time for Black Ops 6. Obviously, there's going to be a Nuketown, as there always is in a Black Ops title, so I'll keep you guys posted with what's going on with Nuketown as they reveal more information. But some other details include the fact that there's going to be 12 original weapons in the game at launch. This is not the final amount of weapons, but just the fact that there will be 12 original ones we haven't seen in any other Call of Duty title. That obviously doesn't include weapons that are going to be returning from Cold War and other Black Ops entries. Now, here's some other features that I hope they show a little bit more of at the Xbox Showcase event. First off, dynamic death cam. So this is the ability to see a third-person view of your death right after you get killed. I mean, you could skip this if you want, but you get even more detail as to what happens to your character upon death. You'll get crazier animations, and I just wish you guys can see this. Hopefully they'll show a clip or post one later today, but they're also bringing back the best play that I believe we saw first in BO4 and then later in Cold War. I think somebody asked, yes, they should be bringing back classic kill cams for modes like S&D though, and then they're bringing back the winner's circle from Black Ops 3. This is a really cool feature that, again, is coming back in BO6 solely because of the fact that emotes are also returning within this new Treyarch title. Ending off with zombies, we got a pretty short introduction to the new iteration of round-based. Kevin Drew himself came out to talk about our 2 round-based maps, Liberty Falls and even Terminus, both available day 1. They didn't mention anything about early access from Game Pass or a pre-order or even a special edition, but from the clip that we saw, the gameplay looks great. The maps look drastically different from one another, but both round-based maps take place at the exact same time, narratively at least. Think of like 5 and Ascension or Moon and Nuketown zombies from some older Black Ops games. That's gonna be crazy to figure out, but what do you know? There is indeed a set crew for Black Ops 6 zombies. So similar to the World War II zombies operator system, there will be a set crew, I guess, for each map going forward, but there's at least one for Terminus, but you can choose to play as other operators if you don't want to play as the main crew. So it's unclear how that'll work for dialogue when you're playing as other operators, but if you play as a set crew, which is Weaver, Carver, Dr. Gray, and even a new character named Maya, you get some exclusive dialogue to progress through the narrative. But they didn't mention anything about gobblegums or anything else to do with zombies. They were very limited when it came to what they were going to reveal about the new iteration of round-based, but we're so freaking back, baby. That is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on everything that's been revealed so far about Black Ops 6? What questions do you guys have for me from my experience over at the studio? And I just want to end off by saying it's been an absolute honor to be a part of all the Black Ops 6 marketing. I got flown out to Treyarch. It was just a dream come true overall, and really crossing my fingers for any other opportunities like this in the future, because it's an absolute blast getting a sneak peek at what's coming and providing you guys with the craziest coverage that I possibly can. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.